the 10 tips for making good New Year's resolutions that you'll actually keep. If you're that kind of person, I tend to just make goals and stick to it, but it's the same thing essentially. All right, so number 1, be realistic. So for example, if weight loss is your goal and you want to lose a lot of weight, your realistic goal is to look at a maximum of 1 kilo per month as an average over the year. Anything more than that is an awesome win, but if you aim too high, you will get really disappointed. And I'll come back to that next one about that. Number 2, plan ahead. Know when things are coming up. So for example, if you know that you've got a lot of events and things like that coming up and that you can't, for example, you can't lose weight because you know you're going to be at meeting events and doing different things and eating things, do your best to stay on track with your diet while you're at those events, but simply, be realistic and make sure that your plan actually accounts for that. Alrighty, number 3, outline your plan. Break it down over 12 months. Don't try to do everything in the first month. The number 1 issue we have with people who come in and sign up, they go, I want to lose 20 kilos in the next 3 months and it's going to be awesome. I'm going to train like 7 times a week, and they don't even get a week in because they get sore and they get tired and they go, and we say to them, okay, let's outline a plan. Let's build up the next couple of weeks. We go 3 classes a week. And then, in 3 months time, you might be doing 6 classes a week when you've got the energy and you are ready for it. Okay, now my favorite one, because I'm a Libra, make a list of pros and cons. So make a list of all the pros and cons to your New Year's resolution. And if your pros outweigh the cons, then you're on a winner. And if the cons are too long a list and but the thing is, in the same breath, don't put a lot of cons that are rubbish. Like, I'll get tired. Of course you're going to get tired. That's not a con, that is reality. All right, number 5, talk about it. Accountability, oh my gosh, so good. For the 6-week challenge, we really talk about accountability. But if you talk to people about your goals, you're more likely to achieve them. Everybody who knows me talks about the goals and ambitions, that I talk about my goals and ambitions for the future, and they know that that's the way of me keeping myself accountable. All right, number 6, within reason, reward yourself. So if you've gotten to the end of the month and you've said, okay, I was going to do 5 workouts a week for the next 4 weeks, and you got to the end of the month and you did 21 and your target was 20, reward yourself. And whatever that reward is, if it's buy a new pair of pants or buy a pair of shoes or buy a drink or have a drink or however you reward yourself. I tend to reward myself by taking my darling wife out to dinner, but there's lots of things that we do. Number 7, track your progress. So keep a diary, put it in your diary, circle it out the end of each week, look at the month, look at the year, look at the quarter, whatever you've broken it down in number 3 when you've outlined your plan, keep track of that against that. And then, you could push yourself a little bit to make sure that you can get back on track. So if you'd said, I want to do, 3 classes a week and you only did 2 this week and you did 4 next week, hey, that's an average of 3 a week. So you should be good. With number 8, don't beat yourself up. Look for the small wins. So what I mean by that is, again, if you got to the end of the month and you did 19 out of your 20 classes, you said, I'm going to do 20 classes in January, and you did 19 classes, man, are you kidding me? Don't beat yourself up and go, I didn't achieve that. That's awesome. Go to the next class you can get to and hit that, and then make sure you do 21 for the next month. But don't beat yourself up. If you're struggling or something's happened, but in the same breath, stick to it. Number 9, stick to your resolution, stick to your plan, be realistic and do lots of stuff. You have to stick with it. New Year's resolutions should not just be for January. That's why I make them in December, so that I know that they're set up for the year in advance. I've already got my 30-day plan for the next 30 days. All right, and finally, number 10, keep trying. Because I know a lot of people go, I've tried New Year's resolutions in the past and I've never stuck to it, and I've never done this, and I've always beaten myself up, and I never tracked my progress, and I rewarded myself when I shouldn't have. That's a terrible one. I didn't tell anybody about it because I was too embarrassed. I didn't make a list of all the things that I knew were going to be horrible about it. I didn't have a plan. I didn't outline my plan, and finally my goal was realistic, not. So that's what I'm talking about. So if you go through those 10, so go through the 10 again. Be realistic, plan ahead, outline your plan, make the list of pros and cons, talk about it to your family and friends, reward yourself, track your progress against the plan. Don't beat yourself up, stick to it and keep trying. And if you want to get into our 6-week challenge, here's the link. It's trainhere.com trainhere.com.au. The next challenge is starting soon. I would love to see you at the challenge. Thanks so much.